What's something you're looking forward to doing when you're old? Story 1. When I'm old, I look forward to taking long naps whenever I want without feeling guilty about it. Right now, I always feel like I should be doing something productive. But when I hit those golden years, it's all about comfort. I imagine myself dozing off in a sunlit room, maybe with a blanket and a good book nearby. There's something liberating about the idea of not having to answer to anyone's schedule except my own, and if anyone wakes me up, I can just say, I wasn't sleeping, just resting my eyes. Story 2. I can't wait to spend hours sitting on my front porch watching the world go by. It sounds simple, but there's something peaceful about being able to just sit, sip on some tea, and people watch without any hurry. I picture myself striking up random conversations with neighbors, talking about the weather or whatever's going on in the neighborhood. It'll be the perfect excuse to just slow down and appreciate the small things that I never seem to have time for now. Story 3. When I'm old, I'm definitely planning on picking up weird hobbies. Right now, I barely have time to experiment with new things, but I can see myself learning how to build model ships or taking up birdwatching. I figure it's the perfect age to explore all those random interests I never got around to when life was busier. Maybe I'll even start a collection of something strange, like antique teapots or vintage postcards. Who knows? The freedom to indulge in quirks without judgment is something I'm really looking forward to. Story 4. I'm most excited about spoiling my future grandkids. I want to be that grandparent who always has cookies waiting when they visit, takes them on little adventures, and tells them stories about the good old days. I'll let them stay up late and eat ice cream before dinner because, let's face it, being a fun grandparent is the ultimate retirement goal. Plus, I won't have to deal with everyday discipline. That's what their parents are for. Story 5. Once I'm retired and old, I want to travel without the pressure of a strict itinerary. I've spent so many vacations trying to fit in every landmark and tourist attraction, but when I'm old, I'll just wander. I imagine myself taking slow, leisurely walks through European villages or small American towns, finding cozy cafes to spend an afternoon in. No rush, no deadlines, just pure, unhurried exploration. It'll be about the journey, not the destination, for once. Story 6. I can't wait to embarrass my future kids by dancing in public whenever I feel like it. I'll be that old person in the park or at a family gathering who suddenly breaks into a dance because why not? By then, I'll have earned the right not to care what anyone thinks. There's something freeing about being old and having zero embarrassment about doing things that make you happy. Whether it's dancing, singing off key, or telling bad jokes, I plan on embracing every moment. Story 7. I'm looking forward to telling ridiculous stories to my grandkids. And the best part? They won't know if I'm making them up or if I actually lived through them. I can't wait to see the look on their faces when I tell them about life before the internet or how we used to survive without smartphones. I'll mix in a few tall tales for good measure, and they'll never be able to tell the difference. It's going to be my little way of keeping them entertained. Story 8. I'm definitely looking forward to pulling off some harmless pranks when I'm old. I'll play the confused old man card when I'm out shopping or in public, asking for outrageous things or pretending I don't know how to use technology. Excuse me, do you know where I can find the fax machine aisle? Or can you help me figure out how to post a letter on Facebook? Watching people try to politely explain will be hilarious. It's all in good fun, and I think it's a right that comes with age. Story 9. When I'm old, I want to spend my mornings in a quiet coffee shop, sipping my favorite brew and reading the newspaper. It'll be a ritual I look forward to every day, watching the early risers hustle to work while I leisurely enjoy my coffee without a care in the world. Maybe I'll strike up conversations with other regulars or just sit back and observe. It'll be the perfect blend of solitude and socializing at my own pace. Story 10. I'm really looking forward to wearing whatever I want when I'm old. I'll be that person who shows up to the grocery store in a mismatched outfit, maybe even a ridiculous hat, and I won't care what anyone thinks. After decades of following fashion rules and dressing appropriately, I'll finally have the freedom to wear what makes me comfortable, even if that's a Hawaiian shirt with plaid pants. It'll be my little way of expressing my inner eccentric. Story 11. One of the things I'm most excited about when I'm old is getting to say whatever's on my mind without a filter. You know how older people can just be brutally honest, and everyone lets it slide because they're old? I can't wait to get to that stage. I'll give my unfiltered opinions on everything from politics to someone's new hairstyle, and it'll be accepted as part of my charm. Finally, I'll get to speak my mind without worrying about offending anyone. Story 12. I look forward to spending entire days in the garden when I'm old. I imagine myself growing vegetables, planting flowers, and just getting my hands dirty. There's something incredibly therapeutic about gardening, and I plan to make it a daily routine. Plus, I'll have fresh veggies to cook with and flowers to brighten up my home. It's going to be my little sanctuary where I can escape the world and just enjoy the simple pleasure of watching things grow. Story 13. I can't wait to start giving out weird advice to younger people when I'm old. You know how older folks sometimes give life tips that sound like they're from another era? I want to do that. I'll tell people to write more letters or that they should start collecting stamps for fun, whether they take my advice or not. It'll be amusing to pass down quirky wisdom that might make them think twice about their fast-paced lives. Story 14. When I'm old, I look forward to visiting all the museums I never had time for when I was younger. I'll take my time wandering through exhibits, reading every plaque, and soaking in all the history and art that I can. Museums are such peaceful places, and I think they'll be even more enjoyable when I don't have to rush through them. It'll be my little escape into different worlds, with no one rushing me to leave. Story 15. Lastly, I can't wait to master the art of grandparent naps. You know, the kind where you just fall asleep anywhere, on a couch, a recliner, or even in the middle of a family gathering. It'll be one of those power naps that leaves you refreshed and ready to join the conversation again. And if anyone teases me about it, I'll just smile and say, that's the perk of being old. You can nap whenever and wherever you want.